Hello everybody, SeaSlug here, and welcome to my second Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. This battle is going to be against Mega Deep Hell, and looking at his team, right off the top, that Greninja is going to definitely be just a huge problem, because it's able to outspeed and just one-hit KO my Gliscor, my Tornadoes, and it's honestly just a giant problem, really. Like, Greninja, that's a Pokemon that I really wish they would just ban already from OU. It's just too good. Also, his, his Bisharp is going to be a problem, and I was actually pretty worried about that, yeah, that is his name. I wasn't really too sure what that thing was going to try to, do, but anyway, first turn I just go for the trick on this, Ferrothorn. Obviously, knowing that he was just going to set up the rocks and, tricking him, I was thinking, well, that would probably give me, an opening for later on in the match. But anyway, he kind of has to switch out. He goes out into his Gothitelle. Doesn't take that Hydro Pump good at all. And I decided just, what, screw it, go for the second one. If he goes into Ferrothorn, he is Choice Scarf, so he really isn't going to be able to do a whole lot. I end up going into my Tornado since I would be able to just... Heat Wave him. Anyway, right here, I should have just gone for the Heat Wave, but I was kind of expecting him to switch out just because, I don't know, I guess I seriously should have just gone for it. Like, there really wasn't a whole point in him keeping his Ferrothorn. He would have been able to just go out into his Greninja. But, yeah, whatevers, I guess. Just U-turn out into my Skarmory. Thankfully, my Tornadoes has the regenerator, so it's not that big of a loss, and I am able to just go for the defog here. Unfortunately, he is going to send out his Bisharp, and I completely forgot that this was a thing that Bisharps like coming in on defog. So yeah, that happens. He gets his +1 attack, and unfortunately that puts me in a pretty bad position because I didn't have anything that can go up against his Bisharp, and much less if it's at +1. So my Skarmory kind of has to go down, and I end up going out into my Gliscor right here. He knows he can't really do much. I mean, he could have done a huge amount of damage to my Gliscor, but he doesn't want to lose his his Bisharp just yet, especially when he can just easily send in his Ferrothorn, which is what I predict. So, predicting his Ferrothorn, I go on to my Tornadoes, and thankfully, because I did that, he isn't able to get up his rocks, which is going to be a huge help in this battle for me. Anyway, now comes in his Deante. My Tornadoes really isn't going to be able to do a whole lot to it, so I decided to U-turn out since I would outspeed it this first turn. I go out into my Diagonal, pretty much just as a sacrifice. It would have been nice if I could live those 2 hits. Unfortunately, I don't, and I was a Salpest, so, that's kind of why I was hoping. But anyway, here is really the thing that I wanted to bring in safely, and that is my Rotom Watch, because I was really just banging on the fact that this thing would be able to take at least 1 hit from it, and then hopefully not miss the Hydro Pump and take it out, which is thankfully what happens. That Mega Deante would have seriously just done a whole lot of damage to my team if I didn't kill it right there and then. Anyway, Rotom Wash kind of has to go down. I decided to just leave it in since I knew he was going to go for the U-turn. That way I can get some switch initiative here. He does go out into his Greninja, which, like I said, is a huge threat to my team. So really the only counter I have for his Greninja is my own, which thankfully is max speed. So I kind of just have to send it in and risk the speed tie. He sends in his Gothitelle now just to, just to sacrifice it and get a free switch into something else. Something else being his Landorus. And, because he sends it in like that, I know that this thing is going to be a Choice Scarf. Anyway, pretty obvious U-turn is coming on the way since I am just a Dark type now. Best thing I have for that U-turn would be my Tornadoes, which unfortunately isn't able to handle this Greninja. So I kind of have to switch out, sacrifice, not really sacrifice, but I need to send in my Greninja to unfortunately have to take that Ice Beam, which thankfully it takes it well. However, I kind of have to risk a speed tie right here. Thankfully, since he is an Ice type, I know that Dark Pulse will do neutral damage if I do happen to outspeed him. Which no, that doesn't happen. He ends up going out into his Bisharp, And I don't want to risk his bishop going for a sucker punch, so I ended going on to my Gliscor. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that. He goes for a knockoff, so would have been really helpful had I actually just gone for a killing move on that thing, but it's not really what happens. And unfortunately, because of that, my Gliscor is kind of go down here. Thankfully, I did at least manage to get some nice damage with my Gliscor on this Bisharp, and I should have just honestly stayed in. But anyway, yeah, just sacrificing my Gliscor once again. The thing here is that I'm really not seeing him go for a Sucker Punch or any like that, so I kind of just assumed that he doesn't have Sucker Punch, which is why I go out into Greninja, and unfortunately, he does have it. He brings me down into 4 HP, and that, plus my Life Orb is going to take down my Greninja, which sadly was really the only thing I had to take on his Greninja. And even had I even lived that move, his Greninja would have came in as a Water Dark type, so I wouldn't have even been able to take his Greninja out in one hit. So unfortunately, that's gonna be the game. Like I said, that Greninja was just a huge problem, and just honestly from the very beginning of this battle, I was just at a disadvantage just because my team was really not that well built. So definitely, you know, your team plays a huge role in the battle. Like, it really doesn't matter if you do a whole lot of predicting and all that stuff. Well, it does matter, but, you know, your team does play a gigantic role. But, yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I got a couple other Wi-Fi battles that I want to upload. And also, I got a couple ideas for Pokemon that I want to, you know, run, like Mega Pidgeotto. I'm really liking that thing because, you know, Hurricane, No Guard, Heat Wave, U-Turn, like, you know, like the tornadoes I have right now. Like, I really like a Hurricane, like, seriously. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I also have a Twitter thing that I've had for quite a while, but just never learned how to use it. But I kind of know how to use Twitter now, so if you want to get some battles with me, I guess you can, you know, follow me there. I mean, I really haven't been able to get any battles there, because since I only got, like, 2 people following me, but, you know, whatever. Usually what I do is I just follow other people that ask for battles, and then just if they happen to be asking for a battle whenever I like go on there. But yeah, anyway, if you want to follow me, you know, do that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and later, folks.